is put your video on so I can see you. So welcome. Hey everybody, and hi. How are you guys doing? Finals week? Is there a difference? There's not like a different schedule, right?
I have finals.
Right. Because like in the regular time, like regular classes were over, and then you had like a final block, but it's not like that. So we'll just go over a couple kind of housekeeping things. So this Thursday is our last day of class. I feel like it went by super quick, right? Or not? Sort of, yes and no. Time is a weird thing right now. So I'm not going to make you like read a ton or write a ton, but you'll have like one final assignment as well as your mindfulness journals. I still haven't seen some of your mindfulness journals. There should be at this point like maybe 14 entries, something like that. How many classes have we had? As many classes as we've had, that's how many journal entries you should have. Doesn't have to be long, maybe a paragraph or two, personal, reflective, like, oh, today was our first day on the football field. It was funny when people ran through our class. I really enjoyed the balance. I found that really hard, stuff like that. And most of you did a really good job. And then you have 2 reading assignments to do. One is a document I posted on Moodle. It's kind of long, but it should be really interesting, and it gives you kind of a historic scope perspective about yoga and like the origins of yoga. And then the other are just from your textbook. It's only maybe like 6 pages altogether. It's just like a couple little pieces from chapters. Did you guys see that assignment? And then there'll be one final like assignment. I'll ask you to just like a 1-page paper of like what you learned, what was unexpected, you know, and then I'll ask you just like do a little personal survey. Like for me, I know you do that at the university, but then anything like kind of feedback for me, like, oh, some of the classes were way too hard or too fast. That's what I kind of heard the most last semester. I just really hated your personality and looking at your face. Haha, just kidding, don't say that. If you feel that way, you can say that. But like, you know, constructive feedback. And yeah, and then we're done. So then you can go on your merry way and never do yoga again. Or keep doing yoga. And Logan was asking, was kind of sharing like, oh, I'm sad like we're not doing yoga anymore when this is over. There is a yoga room on campus. Has anyone ever been to the breathing room? So we should really just like do a field trip there. It's really cool. Have you been?
In Washington?
Yeah, I think so. Is that the building up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a really cool room, and they have classes there. Right now they're on Zoom. So if you want to come to yoga there, you can. That's the skinny. Today we'll probably do another kind of hour to hour and 15-minute long class, and then do kind of how we've been doing a little like lecture, maybe a little pranayama, and then let's start lying on the back. So come on down. And let your legs extend long, and let your arms come down by your side. You can shake your hips, shake out your shoulders, maybe turn your head a little side to side, and just let your arms extend out, your palms up. Close your eyes. And just really transition here onto the mat, into the space. Breathe in, and exhale. Right away, paying attention to the breath, inhale. And exhale. Full breath in. Complete breath out. And then just paying attention to anything that might feel particularly stressful or worrisome right now, maybe where your mind goes. Just take a moment to kind of pay attention to whatever might be the worrisome thing in your life. And know that for the next hour or so, we're just going to be breathing deeply together. So taking the time to maybe kind of set that aside and land. You can even place your hands down on your low belly. Good. And then start to breathe into your belly. Breath in. Breath out. Allow yourself to really settle into the space. Breathe in. Exhale. So we want our yoga practice to be calming and grounding for the nervous system. Letting everything really land. Inhale. Deep breath out. Think about breathing into your diaphragm. So inhale, stand up into the ribs. Exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Paying attention to any place in the body that might feel tight or tense. Just noticing. You can make your inhales and exhales. Imaginable. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Out. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hold. Exhale. And let that go. Put your hands on top of your heart and at the center of your chest. Maybe you're setting an intention for something you'd like to focus on today in class. A word or a phrase, maybe a word like strength, peace, balance, trust. And put your arms up and overhead. Stretch your feet down long. Lengthen your body from the top to the bottom. Stretch. And bend your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, rock side to side. And then hug your knees in and then release. Rock a little forward and back. Circle your low back around. And then bring your hands behind your thighs and start to rock up and down along your spine. Up and down, up and down. And let that rock bring you all the way seated. I'm going to sit nice and tall. And everyone on Zoom, if you can just turn your cameras on, that would be great. Hi guys. It's in person, isn't it? Sorry. Or online. It's nice to be online too. But I think it is really special to be here together in person as well. Not to make you guys feel left out. I just like you. Just kidding, that was a joke. All right, so sitting nice and tall, again, maybe shift a little side to side. Bring your hands onto your knees and round your spine, shift back. So think kind of like a seated cat. Good, then come up to seated and then shift forward. Arch your spine as you shift forward for a seated cow. So draw your shoulders down. Good, and then again, lift up and then shift back, hands and your knees around your spine. Good, like to see it, shift forward, slide your shoulders down your back. Now from here, start to make some circles. Rolling to the back, to the side, and forward. Gentle circles. Remember, if it doesn't feel comfortable across your legs, you can do this with your legs extended out. Good, and then switch directions the other way. Then back up to center, sitting tall. You can sit with your legs extended straight. Is that more comfortable?
It's worse.
Oh, it is all. Let your arms come down by your sides. It also helps to prop your head up. So if you're at home and you have like a blanket or pillow, or you can grab another mat or two. That way for the...
No, it's not. It's here.
Oh, it's outside of your foot.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just feels like hard on the floor.
Yeah, like floor things.
Maybe like this. Just roll it. Good. Reach your arms out to the sides now. And then exhale, let your arms float out to the sides and down. So connecting the breath and the movement. Inhale, arms scoop out and up. Exhale, float your arms out and down. That's what vinyasa means. Breath and movement connecting. Inhale. One more time. Inhale, arms stretch out and up. Good. Exhale, take a twist to the right.
Angel and be ever again.
Inhale, lift. And exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Turn to face forward. Bring your right hand down. Stretch your left arm up and over. Side bend. Maybe pull that top shoulder back. Maybe roll your wrist a little bit. Good. And rise back up to seated. Sitting nice and tall. Look at your legs. Uncross your legs. Punch your feet down. Keep your knees bent. And then sway your knees from side to side. Little switch. Little sway. And cross your legs again. Switching the direction. Opposite shin in front. Good. Arms by your sides. Exhale. And then inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, twist over to the left. So this should feel kind of familiar. We can do this somewhat similar to inhale, tall, exhale. Good. So we turn your face forward. Bring your left hand down, switch your right arm up and over. And maybe top shoulder pulls backward. And then come back up to center. Good. Place your hands on your knees and then twist. Bring your right shoulder towards your left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Good. And then come up. And then hands on your knees. Bring your opposite shoulder to your opposite knee. Twist. Lift center. Little twist. Shoulder to knee. Come center. And then twist. And lift. Good. Sitting nice and tall. Really lengthen through your spine. And gaze over your left shoulder. Twist over that. And slowly come to center. And gaze to the left, really stretching your neck. Center, gaze to the left. Center, gaze to the right. Good. Come to center, let your chin drop down. Roll your head to the right shoulder. Good. Put your chin up a little and then chin to chest and roll it to the left. So a little half neck circles here, pendulum swings. Might feel really nice for the neck, and if you want, you can circle your head all the way back and around. So big neck circles here. Nice. Good. It's very dark for some of you. Hi. Good, and then switch your neck circles. And then slow it down, come back to sitting, tall shoulders, drop down, then inhale, squeeze your shoulders up. Exhale, drop. Inhale, shoulders squeeze. Exhale, shoulders drop. One more, inhale, shoulders squeeze up, and then circle your shoulders around, back and down. Up, around, back and down one more time. Up, around, back and down. Give a little shake to the bottom. Good, and then come forward onto all fours, tabletop position. Good. All right. So spreading your fingers wide, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Good, tuck your toes, and then arch your spine, cow. Drop your belly towards the mat. Slide your shoulders down, your back views forward or up. Good, and then point your toes and round your spine for cat. Press your chin into your chest and really press the floor away. Good, again, inhale, cow. Tuck your toes, arch your spine. Maybe shift a little forward. Good, point your toes and round your spine, cat. One more, inhale, cow. Shrug your shoulders down your back. Tilt your belly down, lift your chest. Good, point your toes, round your spine, cat, round, round, round. Good, come to neutral, and then press back into child's pose. Widening child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide, hips to the heels, stretch your arms forward. You might feel tight here, so that's okay. You can stay with your upper body lifted a little bit. On Zoom are really dark. If there's any way you could like lighten a little bit. Sabrina, you're okay, because I know light might be sensitive to you right now. Slade, you're okay. I can see you. Okay. Tyler, can you put a light on? It looks like you're in a dark cave. All right. So we're pressing into child's pose. I'm just breathing into the back body here. And think about really sending the breath into the back body. Good, expanding your ribs to the sides. And just remember that anytime in the practice, you can come back to child's pose, pause, take a break, rest. It's your time on the mat. So just know that you can modify and skip whatever kind of your body is needing today. Now see if in child's pose you can send your hips back a little more, stretch your arms forward farther. And then lift your gaze, come up onto your fingertips. Good, and walk your upper body over to the right. Feel that stretch in your left side, maybe left ear rests. Good, lift your gaze, come onto your fingertips, walk your way to center, and over to the left. Maybe feel a stretch through your right side. Good, up on the fingertips, walk it back to center, child's pose. Good, rise up to all fours, come back to table. Deja, can you put your video on, please? Good, bring your knees together. Now stretch your right leg back behind you. Good, kind of keep your toes tucked and maybe just shift a little forward and back. Good, and then stretch your leg up. Reach your left arm forward. So right leg back, left arm forward, lengthen here, balance and hold. Good. Maybe reach your arm and leg a little higher. Nice, and then lower down table. Rock your hips side to side. So this kind of movement is called bilateral movement. So using each side of the body, which can help kind of repair the brain if there's been like some sort of trauma. So kind of crossing each sides of the brain hemispheres to work well together. Good, so extend your left leg back behind you, tuck your toes. And maybe kind of press back through your heel, shift a little forward and back, get a stretch through your calf. Good, then lift your left leg up and reach your right arm forward. Opposite arm and leg. Good, balance, lengthen, long neck. Good, reach a little farther, maybe higher, pull your front body in. And then lower back table, move your hips from side to side. Good, so again, stretch your right leg back and your left arm forward. You can hold it here or add on. Bring your elbow and knee into center, draw in, and then reach it forward and back. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extend. 2 more, elbow to knee. Reach forward and back. Last one, draw center, extend. Good, lower all fours, table. This might actually also feel like a little strength and work for your core. Good, coming center, other side, left leg stretches back, right arm stretches forward, reach. Good, now bring everything to center, elbow, knee, squeeze in. Lengthen forward and back. Elbow, knee, draw in. Stretch it forward. 2 more, squeeze in. Extend, 1 more. Reach. Good, lower all fours, tabletop position, shake your hips. So now we'll come into puppy pose or melting heart. So keep your hips lifted over your knees, reach your arms forward, and then melt your chest to the floor. Maybe your chin rests down or your forehead even can press. Good, so stretching through your shoulders. Maybe feel like mid upper back working here. Good. Open your chest a little bit more, slide forward, and then lower all the way to the belly. Come down to the mat, Good, and then bring your hands back by your sides, palms face down, fingers face forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Good, just a little, almost so like you can float your hands using your strong core. Move it back. Good, lower down. Press into your hands and inhale, rise up. Lift your chest, slide your shoulders down your back. And then here, gaze right, gaze left. Pause at the center, slowly lower. Last one here, stretch your arms back behind you nice and long, exhale. And then inhale, lift your arms and your legs, locust pose. So back body strengthening, lengthen. Good, lower down. Hands by your side, tuck your toes, press up to table, and then circle your hips back to the left and right, and then shift forward, right and left. So nice big circles with your hips. Good, shift forward, right, left, circle back, left, right. And then pause and switch, go the other direction. Right, left, forward, left, right. Very good. Good, come to tabletop position and pause. Good, now walk your hands forward and your knees back, kind of drop your hips for modified plank pose. So you can kind of cross your ankles, have your knees down, look forward, bend your elbows to your sides, chaturanga push up. Good, and then lift up. Good, so elbows squeeze to your sides, look forward. Good, press back up, one more time, lower halfway down, hold, all the way to the belly. Stretch your arms behind you, this time interlace your fingers behind your back, maybe palms squeeze, lift your chest. Good, open, and then lower down. Hands by your side, press back to table, and then tuck your toes and lift downward facing dog. Good, upside down V. If this doesn't feel good for you, you can stay in table on all fours. Lift your hips high, work your heels towards the floor. And then pedal your feet out, right heel lowers, and then left heel, pedal, and pedal. Good, gain a little stretch, the backs of the legs. Good, and then pause here in your downward dog, exhale. Good, lift up onto your tippy toes and shift forward to high plank pose. Strong straight line. You can kind of lift one hand and then the other. Press back through your heels, reach forward to the crown of the head. Good, lift your hips up and back, down dog. Good, again, high up onto your tippy toes, ripple your spine forward to high plank pose. Good, now right from here, or with your knees down, bend your elbows, yogi push-up, chaturanga. Good, come all the way to the belly and then lift up for cobra or up dog. Take it back to the downward face. Breathe in. Exhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and then walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold, bend your knees. I'm just gonna hang over your legs, let your upper body sway. Good, then bring your hands onto your shins, look forward and lengthen your spine. Good, fold in. Bend your knees and round your spine all the way to stand. Reach up, lift up, and when you get to stand, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Circle around, back and down, up, around, back and down, and just give everything a nice shake. Shake out your hands, your wrists. Kind of get your shoulders shaking, shaking, shaking. Good, maybe kind of shrug your shoulders a little bit. Maybe kind of bob your heels. Give it a nice little shake, 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 shake it. How are you guys feeling? Just medium, just like a rainy Tuesday morning. Good, step your feet together, bring your hands together at your heart. Close your eyes, and I want you to really focus here on getting present, alert, awake, aware. Paying attention to the body this morning, how you feel, and really keeping your attention on your breath. Breath and movement connected. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, press your palms together and reach your arms up. Take your right hand to your left wrist and stretch up and over to the right side, bend. Good, come to center and switch left hand, right wrist, reach up and then over to the left side, bend. Good, come to center and bend your elbows to a T, maybe chest forward a little bit. Good, and then hands to the floor, fold. Your knees bend, your head drop. Lengthen your spine as you look forward. Good, plant your hands and step your feet back to plank pose. Hold. Good, now you can come onto your knees for this one, or from here, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Good, upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, take it back. See if you can hold this for 3 deep breaths. And if downward dog doesn't work in your body, just stay in tabletop position. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Again, deep breath in. Full exhale. And then come up onto your tippy toes, bend your knees. You can hop, walk, or float your feet to the top of the stage. Come forward. Yeah, little hops. Look forward and lengthen. Fold. And then bend your knees. Rise all the way up. Stretch your arms overhead. Good. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Breathe in. Exhale. Good. Bring your feet together. Step to the very top of your mat. Then bend your knees. Sit your seat low and stretch your arms up for chair pose. So imagine you're sitting back in a chair. Good. Reach your chest. Lift your arms. Nice. Hands to the floor. Forward fold. Straighten your legs. Lengthen your spine as you look forward. Plant your hands. Step it back. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. Take it back. Stretch your right leg up and back behind you, nice and high. Good. Lift that right leg. Nice. Now step the right foot forward. Spin your back heel down. Reach your arms up for warrior one. Back foot spins in. Front knee is bent. Arms stretch high. Reach. That's it. Good. Settle. Maybe lift a little higher. Good. Hands to the mat. Lift your back heel, maybe step your foot in a little, and then rock your legs straight, kind of shift your hips back, bend into your front knee and shift forward. Shift it back and forward. Good, one more time. Good, now shift forward, plant your hands, step your right leg to plank pose or modified plank on your knees. Good, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Upward dog, take your back bend. Nice, downward dog. Breathe in. Exhale. Stretch your left leg up and back, way up high. Good. Lift that leg. And then step it forward. Spin your back heel down. Reach your arms up, warrior one. Nice deep bend of your front knee. It might be helpful to take any socks off just because it helps to have your feet a little grippy, but you can always keep them on if that feels comfortable. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe back bend. Good, come center, hands to the floor. Lift your back heel up, bend your front knee, and then straighten your legs, shift back. Shift forward, shift back. Again, shift forward, shift back. Good, shift forward and step your left leg to plank pose. Hold your plank super strong. Think about pulling front body to back. Engage your core. Good, lower down, yogi push-up on your knees or right from plank. Upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Again, breathe in. Exhale. High in your toes, a little bend of your knees. Look forward, you can take a couple little hops, little lifts, or walk your feet to the top of the space. Meeting in that fold, lengthen your spine, knees up. Fold in. Good, bend your knees, sit your seat low, stretch your arms high, chair. So this is called Surya Namaskara B. Good, rise all the way to stand, maybe back bend at the top. Hands to the heart, mountain. Breathe in. Exhale. Good, step your feet wide toward the edges of the mat, point your toes out, and then bend your knees and squat down. This is called Malasana, yogi squat. Hands at the heart, maybe elbows press your knees open, maybe kind of stretch your arms forward, shift a little side to side. Awesome. Breathe in. Exhale. Good, now option here to think about walking your hands back behind your feet. Good, bend your knees. Good. And then maybe place your hands down. And then maybe lift your legs and wrap them around
your arms. And then you can extend out. We can try it. We're gonna play with some fun stuff today. Good, so come back to that squat, maybe just rock a little side to side. Good, and then straighten your legs and fold forward. Step your feet straight to downward dog. Stretch your right leg up and back. And then step it forward between your hands. Drop your back knee down for a low lunge. Good, walk your hands on top of that front leg. Good, so you're lifting your upper body, nice deep bend of your front knee. Good, drop your shoulders down. Good, and then rise up. Reach your arms, roll your wrists a little bit. Good, some of you on Zoom, it's still too dark for me to see your screen. So if you guys can put some lights on, that would be great. Good, maybe flick your fingers, little flick, flick, flick. Was that your joint, knee joint? Good, now bend your elbows to a cactus position, open your chest. Good, and see if you can twist to the right, left arm forward, right arm back. Maybe that right hand goes down your back leg. Good, so towards the chalkboard wall. Nice, and then face forward, stretch your arms high. Lower your hands, straighten your front leg, shift your hips back. Good, bend into your front knee, shift it forward. Shift back, and shift forward. This time as you shift forward, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee up. Rise high for crescent lunge. Good, nice and high, lifted. Good, then from here, open out into warrior two. So you're facing the concrete wall, yeah. Good, nice deep bend of your front knee, spread your arms wide. Good, now straighten your arms and legs. Exhale, bend and lower down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Hold it low, warrior two. Now reverse your warrior. Left hand slides down the back leg. Right arm goes up and over. Keep that front knee bending. Good, rise up to warrior two. Shift forward, extended side angle, right forearm to thigh, left arm goes up. Maybe over, you can also circle that arm around, back and forward. Long line of energy here. Breathe. Good, rise back up, straighten your legs. Turn your right toes to the side of the mat so you're facing the concrete wall. Arms stretch out wide. Good, hinge and fold, wide-legged fold. Walk your hands maybe between your legs. Maybe you walk your feet in a little bit closer. Nice, and then bring your hands out in front of you. Look forward. Bend into your right knee. Extend your left leg long. So skandasana, a little side squat. Good, come to center, bend into your left knee, let your right leg extend. So you can get that left heel down. Good, again, shift to the right, bend your knee, left leg extends. Good, shift to the left, right leg extends. Nice, everyone shift forward, bend to your front knee, let your hands come down, facing the top of the mat, step your right leg back, plank. Twist your hips a little side to side. Good, drop your knees down, and then lower yogi push-up, chaturanga. Good, upward dog or cobra, and then take it back to child's pose and pause. Notice, feel the forehead rest. Remember, you can take a child's pose at any time. One more breath here, settling. Good, rise up to all fours, table. Bring the backs of the hands down onto the mat. Fingers face your knees. Good, squeeze your hands into a tight fist and release. Squeeze and release, maybe the elbows kind of bend. Good, and then turn your fingers back towards your knees. Keep your palms up at first, the fingers up, just the tops of the fingers point back. And then slowly start to lower your palm down onto the mat. And opening the eye of the elbow forward, stretching your forearms and your wrists. You guys feel that? Maybe gonna move a little here, side to side. Nice. And then bring your fingers to the sides of the mat. Wrists turn into face one another. Shoulders over your wrists. Shift a little side to side. And then tuck your toes, bring your knees together. Sit your hips back onto your heels for toe squat. You can kind of reach around, grab your toes. Flick your fingers like this. Roll your wrists a little bit, shake. Good. And then release. Back to all fours. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale. Stretch your left leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands. Drop your back knee down, low lunge. Good. Might take some time to get there, that's totally okay. Walk your hands up on top of that front thigh, and then bend deep into your front knee. Nice deep stretch. You might even feel that along the front of the right hip, that hip flexor. Good. And then reach your arms high, stretch up, but drop your shoulders down. Good. Lower your hands down to the floor. Straighten your front leg, shift your hips back. Bend into your front knee as you shift forward. Good. Shift your hips back. Shift your hips forward. Last one. Shift it back. Shift it forward. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up, and then rise up, crescent lunge. Nice and high. Good. So you can keep that back heel lifting, settle, and then open to the side of the mat for warrior two. So facing the chalkboard wall. Good. Nice deep bend of your front knee, arms spread out wide. Good. And look down at your legs. Make sure that front knee is kind of tracking over the middle of the foot. Legs are nice and wide apart. And you see if you can get them kind of straight. Settle. Good. Now straighten your arms and legs. Exhale, bend and lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time, rise up. Good. Lower down. Hold and look over at the front of that left middle fingertip. Settle, focus. Good. Reverse your warrior. Right hand down the back leg. Lift arm up and over. Good. Rise back up. Extended side angle. Shift forward. Left forearm to thigh. Right arm lifts up and overhead. Good. Rise back up to warrior two. Good. And then cartwheel your hands down to bring the foot. Left leg steps back to plank. Bring your left hand in front of your face. Roll the outside edge of your left foot side plank. You can always drop your left knee down. Press your hips. I know it's hard. And then come to center plank. Switch, right hand down, roll to the outside edge of your right foot, left arm reaches. Balance, focus. Good plank pose. Good, drop to the knees, chaturanga on the push-up. Elbows squeeze to your sides. Good, upward dog or cobra. Awesome, you guys, downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale. Walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Good. Step your feet about hip width apart, so that's like 2 fists between your feet. So you can fold and then maybe reach back to grab your calves or behind your ankles, kind of outside of the legs and then fold in. Yeah, that's it. And peel your sitting bones up towards the ceiling, head towards the floor. Breathe. Good. Then release. Hands come on the mat in front of you. Put your left hand in front of your face, stretch your right arm up, bend your left knee, look up, maybe kind of roll that top wrist around. Good, and then fold, right hand down, bend your right knee, straighten your left leg and twist. Look up. Left hand comes down, fold. Bend your knees and round your spine, come to stand. Shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. Now give everything a really good shake. Shake out your hands, your wrists, your shoulders, shake out your legs, your whole body. So bounce around a little bit. You can also kind of just like lift and drop your heels. So just imagine no one's looking and just give everything a nice shake, 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 shake. So shake and shimmy your whole body. Make it kind of look weird. Maybe kind of like hop around, run in place. Think about just kind of shaking all of the energy along your body out and up. Shake, 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 shake. Shake, shake, shake. And then maybe do a little blubber out through your lips. Go. Keep shaking, jump around, shake it out. Good, and then still you're shaking. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And maybe let your eyes close. Let everything settle. Good, lower your arms down by your sides. Good, now from here, lift your heels up. Come to balance on your tiptoes. Maybe you stretch your arms forward. Good, maybe a lot or a little. Good, now see if you can bend your knees. Now just lower your right heel and then your left heel. You can have hands in front of you or hands at your heart. Kind of pedaling the feet, warming up and opening the fronts of the ankles. Good, see if you can balance. Lift both heels up, bend your knees, sit a little bit lower. Almost like you're sitting back in a chair. Good, lower your heels down, sit low. Good, stand up, bend your knees, squat down, stand up. Let your arms sway and look down at your knees. Notice where your knees are tracking, if they tend to like knock in or go to the side. So you can keep your knees drawing straight. Good, strengthening the back of the body there. Good, good. And then stand up, bring your feet together, hands on your knees, circle your knees around like this. Good, warming up the knee joints. Good, circle the other direction. Good, come to stand. Step your feet wide toward the edges of the mat and circle your hips around. Like you're inside a hula hoop. And circle your hips in the other direction. Good. And then come to stand. Reach your shoulders up, back, and around. Now stretch your right arm up. Maybe look back at it like you're doing a backstroke. And then left arm. Stretch it up, back, and around. Circle, circle, circle. Good, reach both arms up and overhead. Drop your left arm forward and your right arm back. And then come back up. Go switch. I know, hardest thing ever. Switch, there you go, nice. Good, and then can you come back up and go opposite direction. Right arm forward, left arm back, go. Sound effects help. Drop, one arm forward, one arm back, opposite direction. Good, yeah, awesome. Good, both arms reach up. Take your right hand to your left wrist, stretch up and over to the right, side bend. Good, come back to center, left hand, right wrist, reach up and over to the left. Good, come back to center, lower the hands to your heart, and now lift your right knee up into your chest. See if you can balance. Good, maybe stretch it forward, straight. And then little challenge, see if you can circle that leg in the air. Ooh, you can lower it a little if you need. You can strengthen the hip flexors, circle your leg the other way. Good, lift it up. Now swing it back, point your right toes behind you. Little squeeze lift here. Squeeze lift, squeeze lift. You can bend your left knee and think about really working those big, strong muscles in your glute and your hamstring there. Lift, lift, lift that leg up and then let it hinge you forward, airplane pose. Your body's making a capital letter T. Chest down, leg up. Maybe your arms stretch out to a T. Good, and then come up to stand, hug your right knee in, and then let it sway. Let that leg kind of swing. Good, and then put it down, right foot grounds next to the left, nice and tall mountain pose. Draw your shoulders back over your hips, long spine, close your eyes. I think we lost some people. Oh, okay, other side. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, pull it in, hands on your hips or your heart. Good, now see if from here you can stretch that leg straight. Hold it there, or maybe circle. And point your toes and circle, circle, other direction. Good, lift it high. Good, and then send it back, kind of step it behind you, point your left toes. A little squeeze lift here. Squeeze lift, squeeze lift. So you can really engage where that work is coming from. Bend your right knee maybe. Good, now hold it lifted and let that tilt you forward. Capital letter T, airplane pose. Maybe your right knee is bent. Maybe it's hard and you just place your hands down on the mat. That's totally cool. Good. And then come back up. Left knee draws in and then let it sway. Sway that leg. Good, both feet come down, mountain pose. Again, just circle your hips. Circle the other way. Good, step your feet together, shrug your shoulders up, back, and around. Step your right foot out to the side of the mat. You're facing the chalkboard wall, left toes forward, right toes face the side. So left toes face me, right toes face chalkboard wall. There it is. Good, arms stretch out, lift up, and then come forward for triangle pose. Left hand comes down, right arm lifts up. Good, feel that length through your side waist, through your right side. Maybe you even float your bottom arm. Good, maybe draw your chest back a little bit more. Good, and then rise back up. Bring your right hand down your back leg, left arm up and over. Good. And then come back to stand at the top of the mat. Feet together, hands together. Breathe in. Exhale. Good, other side, step your left leg to the back of the mat. Right toes forward, left toes face the side, you're facing that concrete wall. Arms stretch out wide, lift. Good, and then extend up and over. Right hand comes down onto your shin, your knee, maybe your ankle. Draw your chest back, maybe gaze up. Breathe. Focus. Good, slowly with control, rise back up, left hand down, right arm up and over. Good, back up, and then step your left foot forward, mountain pose, hands at the heart. Breathe in. Exhale. Balance on your left leg and bring your right foot up into tree. So the right foot can come onto the thigh, onto the calf or the ankle. Try to go above or below the knee joint. Good, and then really turn your knee open. And then see if you can actively press your foot into your leg into your foot. Real tall, awesome. Maybe you reach your arms up. Maybe you stay with your hands at your heart, or you could also kind of add on and row your tree, maybe twist, sway. Good. Arms reach overhead, slowly lower them to your heart. And then turn your right leg forward, stretch it out in front of you again. Now from here, see if you can sweep your leg back without putting it on the floor and grab your foot. Reach your left arm forward. This is called dancer pose. Kick your leg back, stretch your arm forward, your chest lifting. Kick, 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 reach, 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 lift, lift, lift. That's it. Yeah. And then let it go. Let that leg sway. So we're kind of at the peak of the practice here in our balance poses. So we did our preparation poses, kind of like all that cat-cow and hip circles, and then the sun salutations, warriors, and now we're like kind of like the peak of an arc of a class, like the hardest parts of the balance poses. And then after this, we'll kind of slow it down and soften. So balance on the right foot, left foot can go ankle, calf, or thigh. Hands at your heart, really draw that knee open. So look at where your foot is on your leg. Notice if it's on your knee joint, see if you can bring it above or below it. Press your knee open, good, land in, nice. Hands at the heart, and then maybe stretch your arms up. Maybe stretch your arms out. Pause here, you can sway your arms around. So focus, drishti, looking at one place. When you're ready, arms stretch up and overhead. Lower your hands to your heart. Turn your left leg forward. Maybe stretch it out a little. Good, now see if you can bring your leg behind you without letting that foot touch. Dancer pose. Good, kind of pull your heel towards your seat, knees in. Reach your right arm up. So first option, stay here or start to kick it back. Lift your chest and kick your leg. Kick, 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 reach, 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 lift, lift, lift. Good, and then release and let that leg sway. Nice work, everyone. All right, so now we'll start to slow it down. Bring your feet together, bend your knees, sink your seat, stretch your arms, chair pose. Now see if in this chair you can lift your heels up, balance. And then slowly start to come down, bring your knees forward into a toe squat, hands at your heart. Good. And then see if you can open your knees, stretch your arms forward for a variation of a squat pose, feet together, knees wide. Good, maybe arms come out in front of you, rock side to side. And if you feel like a little challenge, you can come up into a crow pose. Knees go behind your arms, lift high into your tippy toes, shift forward, and then see if you can pick one foot up, maybe both, maybe hold it. Yeah, nice, Anna. Or not. Good, Kaylee. And then as you're ready, lower onto your bottom. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Give it a little shake, shake, shake. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. And then bring your feet together, bend your knees, stretch your arms forward, and then slowly start to roll back. You can also grab behind your thighs. Good, and then roll back up. Roll back, maybe pause halfway. Roll up. Good, now sit tall, hands behind you, lift your legs. You can hold here, keep your hands behind you, or maybe stretch your arms out in front of you, boat pose. Good, cross at your ankles, roll over your knees, plant your hands, tuck your toes, down dog. Good, pedal your feet out a little, side to side. And then option for a flow, lift up onto your toes and round forward plank. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Upward dog, downward dog. Stretch your right leg up and back. Step your right foot forward and drop your back knee down. Heel toe your right foot to the side of the mat for a low lunge. Good. Maybe you come onto your forearms. Maybe you twist right hand inside that thigh. So just whatever feels good for you. So you can kind of press the leg open if you want. You can also keep your arms straight. And start to maybe feel a deep stretch there. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. And then as you're ready, slowly straighten your arms. And heel toe your right foot to the left side of the mat for pigeon pose. So right knee comes behind your right wrist. Tuck your left toes, scooch that leg back. Yeah, nice there. So walk your hands and lift your chest. Good, and then lower down to the elbows or the forearms. Yeah, and then if this is like not, if that does not work for you, that's super common. Don't worry. Come onto your back, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Hand behind your leg for figure four. So it's stretching the same part of your body. Good. So they're on your back, figure four. We're gonna forward in that pigeon. Let yourself really settle here. Breathe. And notice sensation. Good. Take 2 more really deep breaths here. As you're ready, walk your hands in and lift your chest up. Lengthen your spine. Then from here, roll to your right hip and swing your left leg around in front of you. So bring the sole of the right foot inside the left leg for head to knee pose. So be nice and tall, kind of squaring over that left leg, lift up, and then slowly lower. And then roll your spine back up. And then kind of bow your chest down. Almost imagine your spine is like a wave. You're just kind of opening it. Gentle movements up and down. And then slowly come down and fold. Maybe you're reaching towards your foot. Maybe let your chin go towards your shin, goes towards your knee. Settle. One more deep breath here. Slowly roll up to seated. Shoulders shrug up, back and around. Give your shoulders a little shake. Good. Now bend your knee into your chest. We'll just squeeze, pull. Good. And then see if you can kind of extend that leg out, bring your hand behind your thigh. Just kind of stretch it out. Maybe roll it out. And then grabbing behind your leg, see if you can start to roll onto your back, keeping that right leg lifted. Good. And then walk your hands up the leg for a nice stretch. Good. Lower down. Right knee hugs into your chest. Circle it around. Pull it in. And then stretch it long. Line on your back. Legs are long. Arms come down. Breath in. Exhale. Bend your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze from side to side. And then rock a little up and down along your spine, up and down. And then see if you can rock all the way up and over. Across your ankles, roll over your knees. Plant your hands into downward dog. Hold Shoulder dog or optional for a flow, shift forward, chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra, totally optional, downward dog. Breath in, exhale. Stretch your left leg up and back, way up high. And then step it forward, top of the mat, drop your back knee. Good. So you can walk your left foot over to the side of the mat here. Low lizard lunge, hands come down. And it might feel good to kind of move your hips a little side to side. Maybe you can come down onto your elbows and your forearms. You can take a twist here. Press your left hand inside that leg. And just breathe into the stretch. Notice if it feels really tight, you can always come out of it a little if it's too much. So starting to really make some space in the body. Opening. One more. And then slowly straighten your arms, lift back up out of it, and then walk your left foot over to the right side of the mat for pigeon. You can bring your left heel kind of in front of your right hip. Walk your hands in, lift your chest up. Good, and then come down. Elbows or forearms, or you can stay with your arms straight, lifting. If that doesn't feel good on your knee or anywhere in your body, spin around to your back, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, hand behind your leg, figure four. Same stretch of that outer left hip. So some things that I've learned from teaching yoga and looking at bodies and talking to people about their bodies are that most people are really tight in the hips and the low back. Kind of a popular reason to come to yoga is low back pain or tension. And the way I've really found that helps pain or discomfort in that area is not just stretching, but also strengthening, stabilizing. So in places where we feel tight, we're often very weak. So it's important to kind of strengthen the front of the hip flexors, the outer hip muscles, the glutes and the hamstrings. Most people are kind of tight in the front of the body and use those muscles and weak in the back. So we want to strengthen the back muscles, like the lats, the glutes, the hamstrings. So we use those more and we can kind of open the front body, the quads and the pecs. Take one more deep breath here. And then as you're ready, walk your hands in. So lift your chest up, lengthen. Good, everyone kind of meet and seated if you're on your back. Roll to the left hip and swing your right leg around in front of you. Let that right leg go straight down the middle of the mat. So the left foot comes inside that leg. Lift tall. Good, and then slowly fold over your leg. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then this time, hold in your fold. You can reach to grab a foot. Maybe square yourself over that leg. Nose to knee, kind of lengthen forward. And just not going to round in. You might feel a stretch here in the back and behind your right hamstring. Take your time, slowly rise, back up to stand or to seated. Shrug your shoulders up, back and around. A little shake at the bottom. And then bend your left knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Good, and then see if you can stretch that left leg forward and then out, hand behind your thigh. Maybe roll your ankle a little bit. Good, and then see if you can walk your hand up that leg and then come onto your back. Pull that leg back, feel stretch behind the leg. Good, an option to kind of lift your upper body up, maybe walk your hand up the leg. Good. Lower your back down, hug your knee in, rock side to side. Circle a little. Good. And then let your left leg go down to the bottom of the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale. Now stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Stretch your arms up. Roll your ankles and your wrists.
Good, roll your ankles and the wrists in the opposite direction. And give everything a nice shake, 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 shake it. Bend your knees and grab the outsides of the feet, happy baby pose. And kind of rock side to side, maybe bend one leg in a little, other leg. And then stretch both legs up. Again, shake, 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 shake. Good, bend your knees in. Lay your feet down. Good, knees bent. Preparing for bridge pose, arms go along by your sides. Exhale. Good, inhale, lift your hips up. Squeeze and lift, 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 lift. Good, slowly lower your spine back down. Good, walk your feet toward the edges of the mat. Draw your knees in towards one another. Good, feel that internal rotation. Pause, notice. And then walk your feet back in. So feet directly underneath your knees again. Squeeze and lift your hips up to a bridge pose. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your back. Option to bring your hands behind you. Palms down, fingers face in towards your heels. And then maybe straighten all the way up for the wheel. If you feel comfortable in wheeling, put your head down, walk your hands back. Maybe lift a little bit more. And then everyone slowly come down onto the back, hug your knees, rock side to side. And now let your knees drop down to the right. Open your arms out to a T and gaze to the left. You feel stretching your chest, your shoulders. Relax your face, fullness of your body. Slowly come back to center. Place your feet down, get your hips right underneath your back, and then hug your knees in again, rock side to side, squeeze, release. And then drop your knees down to the left. Open your arms up to a T, gaze right. That stretch in front of the chest, maybe your shoulders. Exhale. And slowly come back to center, knees draw in, rock side to side. And then squeeze everything in, lift your shoulders up, curl everything into a tight little ball, squeeze in, nice tight hole. And exhale and release down onto your back for final Shavasana relaxation pose. So let your legs go long, let your arms come out by your side, palms facing up. We're going to take time to kind of systematically relax the body part by part. So squeeze your hands into a tight fist. Squeeze your hands, squeeze your forearms, squeeze your shoulders up toward your ears, squeeze, tense tight. And then exhale, relax your hands, your shoulders, your forearms, spread your fingers nice and wide. Good, now squeeze your toes, curl your toes into a tight little foot. Point your toes, squeeze. Squeeze your kneecaps, your thighs, your buttocks, your abdomen. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your lower body, tense tight, hold. And then exhale, release and let go. Spread your toes, maybe shake your hips out a little, relax, release it. Good. Now curl your face into a tight prune face. Squeeze like an ugly little smushy face like you just ate a lemon. Squeeze, hold tense, tight. And then exhale, release, open your eyes wide, tilt your head back, and then stick your tongue out. And like stretch your tongue, your mouth. Good. Now let the whole body completely soften here. Shavasana, deep rest. Imagine a beautiful kind of glowing white light overhead, kind of maybe right above the crown of the head. And then just let that light kind of cover your whole body and relax. Now turn that light into a deep, deep red and pull that red down into the base of the spine, into your pelvis, a really dark red color. And then let that red color soften the whole low body, move it down to the legs, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the feet. Legs, relax. And then move back to that place above the crown of your head, that beautiful glowing yellow or white orb. And turn that color into a beautiful yellow and pull it down into your pelvis or down into your low belly. So kind of feel like the belly and below a bright, bright yellow. So your place of creativity, identity. Relax kind of the low back, that whole area, second chakra, Manipura, bright yellow. And then come back to the crown of the head. Feel that beautiful white light, that kind of globe or orb hovering over you. And then a beautiful orange, pull it down to the belly button. Third chakra, the sacral chakra. So a beautiful orange, like a bright sunset, deep color. Feel that from the belly button and kind of up to the base of the ribs, the whole center of the belly. Around the back, the low ribs, relaxing here. Orange kind of swirling around the center of your body. Move back to the top of the head, above your head, that bright yellow swirling. And then create a beautiful emerald green and pull that green down to the center of your chest, the Anahata chakra, the heart center, right at the middle. And imagine almost like jewels kind of encompassing your heart, your lungs, your chest, up to your collarbones and your shoulders, a bright green, beautiful green around the center of your chest, and soften. And breathe there, the lungs, the heart. And then move back to the crown of the head, beautiful white glowing orb. And then create a beautiful bright blue and take that blue color into the throat, right in the middle of the throat. Let it kind of cross all over your neck, kind of jeweled, beautiful blue at the center of your throat. This is the Vishuddha chakra, the throat chakra, center of our communication. Kind of move it through the jaw and the mouth and the nose, that whole area around the throat. Let it soften and relax. Beautiful blue. Move back to the floating white orb overhead, swirling, circling. And then from that white, create a bright, beautiful violet, purple, indigo, and bring it to the forehead. Maybe it's a swirling circular color right between the eyebrows. Third eye, across the forehead, relaxing the whole face. So this is your place of knowledge, of intuition, your connection to the divine. Beautiful purple all across the forehead. And then again, move up the top of the head, that beautiful white swirling color. And then keep that beautiful white and move it down to the top of the head, the Sahasrara chakra, the 1,000-petaled lotus, crown of the head, almost like you're going to get into a body of water, let it drip over your body, nice and warm, bright, open here. And now scan the whole body and notice all of those colors from the bottom, red to orange to yellow to green to blue, up to purple. And notice where maybe you want to linger and hold your attention. What color is really calling to you? Or do you want to kind of go back and notice? Take a full breath in. Let a complete breath out. Relax the body. Release and let it go. Shavasana, deep rest. Notice what's going on. How do you feel? Notice if your mind is kind of lost in thought somewhere else, and see if you can bring yourself back here to presence, noticing and feeling. Breathing deeply, letting go. Inhale, exhale. As you're ready, slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate through your ankles and your wrists. Turn your head side to side. And stretch your arms up and your feet down. Lengthen your body top to bottom, stretch up and down. And then bend your knees in. Give yourself a gentle squeeze, rocking side to side, forward and back, nice and slow. And then roll to your right side and pause there. You can make a pillow with your right arm, rest on your side. And then press your way up to a seated position. Coming to sit. Nice and tall. Maybe the eyes stay closed. You might feel a little like sleepy, relaxed. Just stay there in that place. So yoga, if it is anything, is a way for us to connect, to commune with ourselves, to kind of build our relationship with our own body, with our mind, with our breath, so that we can kind of show up in our lives better. We can create more presence, more calm, more inner resources, creating eyes to see clearly. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let your palms touch. And just closing your practice here with a moment of gratitude, maybe deep gratitude to your body, your breath, your education, this practice today. Inhale. Exhale. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of our lives contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. Namaste. All right. Good job, everyone. How do you feel? Nice and stretched. Cool. So let's take a 5-minute break. Come back at like 9:23. I'm gonna close the meeting so it can be like 2 recordings, and then we'll come back for maybe like a half an hour or so.